Trying to buy a burger without breaking the bank? These are 5 burger chains to stay away from if you're eating on a budget, and 5 cheaper alternatives to try instead. As you might expect from its name, Shake Shack is popular for its variety of delicious shakes, with burgers and hot dogs available as well, of course. What started as a small hot dog stand in New York City back in 2001 has grown into an international fast food chain with a gourmet twist. A Shack burger, which contains an Angus beef burger patty, lettuce, tomato, Shack sauce, and American cheese, currently costs an estimated $7.49 for a single and $9.99 for a double. Given that the average minimum wage in the United States is $7.25 an hour, that means that this burger alone would take an hour of work for an American working a minimum wage position to afford, and that's not even including fries and a drink. The reason so many people love Shake Shack's delicious burgers is because of the juicy, fresh meat and the soft buns they're served on. However, many people in Reddit's burgers community seem to agree that the Shake Shack burger is too expensive for what it is. As one poster summed it up, "Love it. Consistently delicious burger. I just wish it was a bit cheaper so I could have it more often." Many people on the same thread compared the Shake Shack burger to many other fast food options, eventually coming to the consensus that this particular burger doesn't necessarily stand out amongst the rest. Unless you have a specific craving for a Shake Shack burger, there are cheaper options that, to many minds, taste just as good. In-N-Out has been specializing in burgers since 1948, when it opened as a small drive-thru hamburger stand in California. It's popular on the West Coast, but hasn't expanded throughout the country, currently only going as far east as Texas. Many people from all over the country yearn to taste the famous In-N-Out burgers, which are lauded for being consistently tasty and sold at a very reasonable price. One cheeseburger is typically around $3.85, while a double is $5.55. The burgers are made with an American beef patty, onions, lettuce, tomato, American cheese, and In-N-Out sauce. It's basically the same as the Shake Shack burger, but the main difference is where the restaurants source patties and craft sauces. According to Tasting Table, the In-N-Out burger is actually much fresher and lighter tasting than the equivalent Shake Shack burger. When it comes to toppings, In-N-Out is also more generous with its tomato and lettuce slices. The burger itself is also less greasy at In-N-Out, making it more enjoyable to eat. With better reviews and cheaper prices than its competitors, choosing In-N-Out is a no-brainer, as long as you don't live anywhere near the Atlantic Ocean. Five Guys opened in 1986 in Arlington, Virginia as a family business, operated by a husband and wife along with their 4 sons. What started as a local hand-formed burger joint eventually came to be something of an international sensation, with over 1,800 locations across the globe. Five Guys does indeed make delicious burgers, and the chain is widely popular, but it has a reputation for being overpriced for a reason. Case in point, one cheeseburger at Five Guys costs a whopping estimated $11.59. If you were to get a whole meal with regular-sized fries and a drink, it could easily come out to more than $20. That's comparable to a burger meal at a sit-down restaurant. So is it really worth it to get a burger at the same cost from a far more casual fast food establishment? Some people don't think so. In the Five Guys subreddit, one poster argued, "Five Guys is insanely priced, and in the beginning, it was a novelty in that the fries were freshly cut and the burgers were supposed to be fresh, etc. Now the cost is double other burger places." They make a valid point. There isn't anything specific about Five Guys that should warrant such a high burger price. Unless you really want some free peanuts, there are plenty more economical choices. In the summer of 1950, the very first Whataburger opened in Corpus Christi, Texas. The chain is highly successful now, with over 1,000 locations scattered around the country, but most are found in Texas, with over 700 of its locations within the borders of the Lone Star State. Whataburger is similar to Five Guys in a few ways. Both have been around for similar periods of time, both serve what could be considered slightly elevated fare compared to your average fast food joint, and both serve a widely beloved burger. The main difference, at least right now, is that Whataburger's burger is set to cost you significantly less than the competition. Whataburger's single cheeseburger is priced at $5.89, which comes out to basically half of the price for an equivalent Five Guys cheeseburger, although you may find price differences from region to region. Despite the lower cost for the consumer, Whataburger still draws upon fresh ingredients that are high quality. Many happy customers argue that both chains' burgers are comparable in quality and taste, which makes the cheaper choice the obvious one. Everything's bigger in Texas, and that includes the value of a delicious Whataburger. BurgerFi is a relatively newer burger joint, with the doors of its first location having opened in 2011. The burgers are made from high-quality Angus beef, and the ingredients are all fresh. You can find BurgerFi mainly on the East Coast, but it also has a few other locations scattered across America, like the one currently in Anchorage, Alaska. If you were to get a single cheeseburger at BurgerFi, it would cost you somewhere in the neighborhood of $7. If you opted for the double, you're looking at an estimated $9. The burgers come with lettuce, tomato, proprietary BurgerFi sauce, and cheese. They're a bit fancy, with the bun branded with the BurgerFi logo, giving you the impression that the burgers are much higher quality. Of course, they have the price to match. Some people have compared the quality of BurgerFi to Shake Shack, saying that the burgers and fries are both delicious. That said, the prices at BurgerFi can be even higher, burning a hole in your wallet over the course of multiple visits. Jack in the Box is another fast food chain that has been around since the 1950s. Today, with over 2,000 locations across 22 states, it's a nationwide presence that continues to thrive. It has a fairly unique menu, including tacos and all-day breakfast, but if a burger is what you're after, it'll be sure to satisfy. It's little surprise that the variety of cheeseburgers on the Jack in the Box menu is quite vast, with funky names and slight variations between each one. Some have bacon, some have Swiss cheese, some sport smashed patties, and so on and so forth. These have varying prices, but for what looks like a more simple and classic cheeseburger, it'll only cost you about $3.99. That's about half the price of a burger from BurgerFi. Just like BurgerFi, the burgers at Jack in the Box are prepared fresh. The flavor seems fairly popular amongst fans too, many of whom have been eating there for years. In the YouTube comments for a commercial for the chain, one satisfied customer wrote, "Been eating the ultimate cheeseburger since 2000. My favorite fast food chain burger." Sonic Drive-In opened in 1953, gaining fame for its teams of roller skate-wearing waitstaff that deliver food to customers in their cars. Today, although it's unlikely that your local Sonic car hops will be required to skate, the menu has a wide variety of options, including chicken tenders, popcorn chicken, various sandwiches, wraps, hot dogs, and of course, burgers. For a Sonic cheeseburger, which comes standard with onions, lettuce, pickles, tomato, ketchup, and mayonnaise, the price will typically come out to $6.49. Compared to other fast food burger chains, that's a bit above average. Users on Reddit have maintained that the quality of Sonic has gone downhill over the years, while prices continue to go up. Some have gone so far as to describe the burgers with some less than exciting language, deeming them to be rubbery, foul, and fake when describing the burger meat. One dissatisfied customer shared that they had visited different Sonic restaurants over a period of 6 months, and every time they didn't enjoy the food. Another person chimed in, saying, "It's not even that it tastes old, cold, it's just gross. It's off. A hospital cafeteria burger tastes better than this. It's obviously the meat quality." Burger King has been a fast food classic since the year 1954. The chain reportedly sees over 11 million people in its restaurants every single day, and remains the second largest fast food hamburger chain in the entire world, right behind McDonald's of course. Currently, one of its regular cheeseburgers only costs $2.99, and that includes the standard slate of lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, and onions. If you want to add bacon to the burger, it'll cost you extra, but it's still relatively affordable, totaling out to just $4.29 after the upgrade. Burger King's most popular item is the Whopper, which it frequently refers to as America's favorite burger. This item is a bit more expensive, costing around $6.99. However, the Whopper has that name for a reason. It's made with a quarter pound of beef, accompanied by all of the usual toppings, and placed on a sesame bun. It's much larger than some other burgers you'd get at burger chains, so $6.99 is a decent value. There are plenty of options at all price points at Burger King, truly allowing customers to have it their way. Bareburger opened in 2009 in Queens, New York, but it's since spread across New York and New Jersey with other locations in places like Connecticut and Ohio. People love Bareburger because of its juicy burgers and variety of meats, which currently include unique proteins like bison and elk, as well as high-quality versions of grass-fed beef, turkey, chicken, and more. The most expensive burger on the menu is the Sweet Bison Blues Burger for around $19, which is understandable given the unique ingredients involved. Meanwhile, the cheapest option on the menu is the single standard grass-fed beef burger, which comes in at around $10. But is it really worth the $10 to get yourself a regular cheeseburger with lettuce, tomato, onions, pickles, and mayonnaise that you could get at many other chains? According to repeat visitors on Reddit, the quality of food served at Bareburger was completely different 10 years ago. Multiple people claim that the portion sizes, options, and overall taste have diminished, yet the prices have still gone up. As one less than satisfied commenter put it, "My take on Bareburger is that I've never had food more adequately prepared that still tastes horrible. There's something wrong with their recipes there. If you want a quick gourmet burger, then Bareburger might be a decent choice. However, if you're wanting a simple yet high-quality cheeseburger, you can get it for a much more affordable price elsewhere." Wendy's came onto the fast food scene in the late 1960s and has offered a bevy of affordable and relatively unique menu options in the decades since. There aren't many places where you can get a fast food baked potato, but there are plenty of options for burgers, and Wendy's excels at both. Wendy's burgers have always stood out amongst other fast food restaurants, mainly because of its square patties that are marketed as fresh, never frozen. Despite being a massive chain, it still upholds high standards for its quality of meat, similar to Bareburger, but much cheaper. Wendy's burgers come at a great price, even if you're not getting it with one of their meal deals. For a single cheeseburger with all of the usual toppings, it'll cost as low as $2.59. If you want more of a gourmet burger, like the Dave single on a premium bun, the cost will come out to approximately $6.99. Wendy's has quite a fan base for its burgers too. One Quora reviewer shared, "A burger from Wendy's is like having a meal. The square patties are more filling and portioned perfectly. The vegetables are also nice and fresh. Above all, they are great indulgences, especially the Baconator."